Anyway, we're going on a journey, and I don't quite know where we're going, so bear with me.
Gotta keep moving.
We're on the road.
Can't stagnate.
Collecting in.
It's all basically in my head. It's come down to I don't love myself, so I don't think that I deserve to do the things that I want to do. I don't think that I'll be good enough at it. And so it's really hard to even try and love yourself. And it's hard, then I get caught up and think, well, how can I honestly really love someone else when I don't even love myself? Like,
inside of why a lot of people come to Nimbin. What is it about Nimbin that we love? And the reason that brought me here was the person in pain, that I could actually be in Nimbin and be in pain, and it was okay. I wasn't judged, I wasn't put down. I could be who I was and change into the person I wanted to become. I was asked a question the other day about why I was so happy that I didn't need to be in a relationship anymore. So I went home and actually thought about why I didn't need to be in a relationship anymore. And I think because we actually all expect that we need to be in a relationship, and actually by letting go of that, I no longer felt I needed to have another person to be happy. And I feel much better.
Meditation, yoga and things like that, you can achieve a sort of inner peace, which sort of allows you sort of not to have those sort of, insecure needs of dominance and patriarchy and what you have.
Like I'm delighted in you, and we don't say you're a bad girl, you're a good girl, and everything was discovered, everything was, and maybe like a time before being changed.
Love is pure attention. And feelings, it's all about feelings. And the emotional cripples out there are the ones that are hurting and maiming. And this is where cruelty comes from, being emotionally crippled. So I feel that feelings are really important to be expressed.
The worst experience, it's just the worst journey I've ever been on. I've learnt a lot, and it has made me a really much stronger person, but I've lost so many friends. I've seen how bad people can become on it. Even
Insights for people who are trying to get off heroin?
just keep trying. Hang in there, just keep trying.
And I realised that it means that I wasn't giving myself love, space or time to love myself how I want to love others. I'm prepared to love others. Now I've seen you love others. And all it's about is loving and forgiving yourself for whatever crap you ever think you've ever fucking done, man.
I love other people so much.
Well, just love yourself
So much more than myself.
Just love yourself that fucking much.
I hate myself.
Well, stop it, because you're just destroying yourself. But say it again.
I love you.
No, the other.
I love you.
No, I love
you
me.
too.
I love me. Say I love me.
Okay. I love me, but I love you still. They call heroin a drug. Like a drug addict, junkie. But no, it's an illness. That more people should understand that it is an illness and not a crime. The people's attitudes towards heroin suck.
You go and shoot some junkie, mate? Got a better idea? Maybe I can get pissed instead.
Don't say yes when you actually mean no. Hard to say no sometimes. You might upset people, but it's in the end it's better. If you feel like no, then say no.
This is what people say, and then watch what they do, because they tell you they'll give you the earth, and in the end they give you nothing.
Imagine, God looks after me, Sky. Well,
Oh, it helps those who help themselves, love.
instead of relying on money, I decided that I'll rely on God to look after me. And then I realized, and then I heard God say to me, "You own the planet." And so then from then I realised that, and then so everything's mine. So
Very much that we are our own star. We write our own script, our movie, and that we are in control of what happens to us and how, or even the things that may happen to us. We think
are out of our control. We have control on how we perceive and how we react to it. So, yeah, to breathe, to love, and to laugh.
Well, as we approach the new age, it seems to be metamorphosing. Into a universal consciousness of knowing. I see that people are actually trying to work more on a personal level with their relationship with each other. And while people do this, it sort of manifests into a relationship with the earth, because it is the best address in the universe.
Into me, I just love humanity. I think out here at Nimbin is just great. I love coming out here. It just inspires me. The people are so beautiful and so alive, and it gives me a greater insight into myself. And because of that, I don't need to use drugs or any other addiction today, and I think that's fantastic, sitting with these beautiful people.
And I was, I don't know, I just woke up one of those movies, you know, and I don't know why I actually feel so emotional today, but, you know, I've been going through these ups and downs for the last couple of years, I suppose, and, you know, I took it out on my wife a little bit, and now I'm feeling sorry for it, and I think I have to buy some flowers and tell her that I love her.
Unexplainable change that's going to happen in everybody's life. So I've got a horrible feeling we might be going to war sooner or later. And so I'm just going to spread peace and love and good vibes every single day we've got, because I think we've got to love each other as much as we can and not let any warlike or hateful vibes be anywhere. And count 2 minutes. The pain is impermanent. It will disappear. I've had pain in my hips for 45 years, and all it needed was a little bit of attention.
Are you saying you're using your mind?
Being aware of the pain, being with the pain, breathing into the pain, and counting to 60, 120. By the time you get to 120, the pain is gone. If it hasn't, well, you put your attention somewhere else and move your position a little bit. But keep doing it, it does go.
Marijuana actually does help ease pain?
Well, there's overwhelming evidence of marijuana. You only have to ask people. And there's really no other evidence you can get for something that's complicated than pain. If somebody feels pain, if that's their opinion, they got pain. And if they don't feel pain, they don't got pain.
So if a cancer patient was caught eating a cookie, what would be the charge?
It is a life of magic, mystery and spiritual guidance, I think it was.
By working together individually for world peace can only start from the individual point of view.
If you behave like God, if you God behaved, and you behave like God, or got God consciousness as you call, then everybody will treat you like God. And to be treated like God means nobody will take any notice of you. They'll basically avoid you. They won't really be friendly with you. They'll use you as much as they can, and when they can't get any more from you, they won't like you anymore. And the only time they'll really come to see you is in their dire straits and they can't help themselves. So then they'll appeal to God, or they'll appeal to a God and so relatively that's what you've got to look forward to if you want to become more godlike. Everyone will treat you the way they treat God. They'll be quite unconscious, they won't even know they're doing it, and they'll be horrified to know they are. But that's what they'll do. They'll literally, then they'll destroy you, and then they'll crucify you. So that doesn't say much for the people who are revered on this world, does it?
People pass judgment on people in society all the time. like homosexuals, transvestites, even down to like pagans, Muslims, things like that. All the wars throughout the world are created through religion and misguided judgments.
Well, I just think that people shouldn't judge each other, shouldn't put judgment on each other, because everybody has their own beliefs and their own opinions. And
have you any insights lately you could share with us?
Oh, well, it's the wrong time of the day. This is where the insights are occurring.
Nothing coming through?
Light and vision of them, you know, it's just the occurrence.
Nothing coming through right now?
Yeah, I'm sure something's coming.
That were actually bigger than those spots, and they were floating all around me, and like I said, there would have been 15 to 20 of them, and my only explanation was they were fairies.
Being kind to one another. Putting yourself in the other person's shoes. Having the time to spend with people so that they can tell you what they want to tell you. Speak it out. Just being kind to each other.
And this chap comes along and says, ha-ha, I am actually talking to God, and God writes it down for him.
On the use of marijuana to gain spiritual insights. He got quite a good account of his own life, how he gained insights from smoking marijuana and live in the moment.
It took me nearly a whole lifetime to find that, but then, woo!
Little fairies on this log, and they were beautiful.
Were they triplets, or were they just having a little meeting?
I think they were just floating together. I think they were, and they had this big adult fairy friend with them, and they all had photographs and everything. They were public fairies.
Oh, let's do that. Go fairy hunting!
And look after our grandfather's country, you know, our Mother Earth, where it's all our mother. The sun is our father, the moon is our grandmother, and the universe is our grandfather. That's the truth of reality, that's everybody.
Why do we keep poisoning the land that feeds us?
Evolution.
Save your seed.
People have to be more accountable for their everyday actions. They have to look like the planet isn't going to sustain society as it is now, and we just have to completely change our way of life and our way of governing. Our legal system doesn't work anymore. Social security is failing us.
it's keep going and things get faster and faster and faster before it just can't get any faster. And people, are dying of diseases that are caused by stress.
Oh, well, now I look at the kitchen sink there, and I put the detergent in the water, and I see all these bubbles coming up, and I say, oh, beautiful bubbles, life is just a bubble, that's all it is. We float around like a bubble, and then suddenly...
Angels did not need to breathe, and they therefore could sing continuously, and the vibrations of their harmony would echo through the universe, touching our subconscious minds.
Between people, I think they should all just sit down and either have a nice cup of tea or a picnic. Or like a children's tea party. You have fairy bread, you have some cordial, and you play a few games.
A lot of answers that I want, whether it be psychic or emotional, I find that it is in front of my face, simplicity. It is there. Sometimes we look too hard.
I hate it if the weather's bad, but I find it sounds sloppy, but it's more like it just works. So many people are reticent, but yet people are out there to find out really good stuff from.
Okay, so we have a few people with a lot of differential kind of clinical aspect, MS, the schizophrenic, the hate patient, the HIV positive. All these people lead more compassion about us.
Yeah.
Now you have to do. Now you are French.
Whoever
Don't
said
forget your
whoever
French
said that we only use 1/3 of our brain wasn't thinking enough.
Of course, enough.
There's a term that seems to be going around called magic happens. That seems like a good one. So I'm hoping some magic will happen.
Put it this way, yeah, enjoy today, and what's past is past, and just go forward.
Level, format. There's only one practice that's ever worked for me. I'm 57. I only found one thing that ever worked for me: surrender. Surrender to, and obviously, existence, higher power.
Yeah, there's all different sorts of them. There's grievance validation, there's humour. Some are a little bit blue, but it's all just a matter of perspective. The poems aren't dirty, it's the minds that perceive them that way that are. Once somebody stands in judgment of somebody else, they're just assuming the missionary position.
Yes, which is one of your poems, I believe.
The one I'm working on. The missionary position's all about when you judge other people because you feel uncomfortable around them instead of just looking at yourself for the reason.
It just seems like the old ways are breaking down and there's nothing to replace them and that people feel insecure. Perhaps that's why.
Empty stomach, alcohol in the empty stomach.
Deb said hello.
David Hudson's the man that discovered it and done most of the research on it. This fellow here has another book also called The 7 Steps to Church, which is a translation of a Spanish work on the transmutation of elements, atomic form, otherwise known as the Philosopher's Stone, which will transmute the you from a body of flesh into a body of light, capable of living off the vibrations of the universe, being able to bilocate, know all things, face God without dying. God face to face, what is it? I'm beyond grief and fear, what is it? Now what is it?
The day of work and you're happy enough with the communal lifestyle, well, you know, you can get by quite easily in life, and really, if if you're a worker, well, yeah, you can just get around, you know. People are interested in you, and people want to know what you can do, you know. And it's just how you get in your communal lifestyle.
Well, I'd like to sound original, but it's a bit too soon after Sue said that, so I'd have to agree with her because it's pretty true.
Just people are changing. Everybody's changing, everything's changed. People are going to realise that they're changing. And it's inevitable they'll split up.
How are you changing?
For the better.
What have you done?
Learnt to listen and learnt more about the energies and start to understand what they mean by the 3 flames of the heart.
Things have changed in the last 10 years in this place, yes, it has.
For the better?
Getting better. There's lots of factors, but I think trust is huge, and I think we've really lost that. It's not in the equation nowadays. You don't, trust isn't encouraged in our society anymore, and in fact, it ends up being too sterile if you can't sort of trust your dreams and your feelings and the bigger vision, the bigger picture.
I have been for ages. It's magic. It's amazing energy everyone's putting in.
Much insight. Not much insight at all. How about you?
Insight, yeah, even the longest straight has a bend at the end.
Wow. I'm going up there camping soon. I'm going to go up there and camp. Jojo's got caught, so I'm going to go and have a camp up there and hang out and check it out. I can't wait, We've been meaning to go for a while.
Sometimes you find yourself in the back of a truck, in a ditch, in the middle of nowhere. You think, what's next? Get me out of here!
Oh no, not here.
Here we are at the top of the rainbow gathering site, on our way to Timbar blockade to try and stop 2 tonnes of cyanide and other chemicals going into the river every day.
Ticks on the road and stopping the traffic and having a sing and a dance and spreading love, baby.
And it goes, did you ever once dream of a better world beyond, where love, patience and compassion form humankind's common bond, where colour has no import, no man is rich or poor, and where harmony is prevalent and no one breaks a law.
You know, there's many seeds on the tree, there's many seeds on a corn, there's just abundance. So the way of nature is abundance, you just got to tune into it. And you have abundance of whatever you want, it's there, and it really is there. But if you keep your needs simple, keep yourself basic.
Yeah, I like to live simple. You know, I don't like too much baggage, I don't like too many belongings, material things. You know, I love everything that, you know, Earth provides, you know, and I respect it all. I think that's really important. As I was saying, you know, what we are today sort of comes from our thoughts of yesterday. People live in cycles of cause and effect. The causes they make in their lives and the effects, and I think action reaction kind of thing, yeah. So if you can make good causes for people and send out that in consciousness, then it'll come back in all the ways.
In goodness to you.
Yeah, well that's it. Yeah, live in the now.
Go with the flow, yeah.
Go with the flow.
Perfectly, you know. So you've got to make your choice. You can't act a part in life. You've got to make your choice and do it. Live it and do it.
That's it. Yeah.
Searching for my peace and to be in peace and to be in calm all the time. Because it's the way, because when I'm in peace, when I feel the calm, that's the way I can see what is best for me and what is best to do. And it's like most of the times when I have 2 voices inside of me, one is very calm voice and gives me the answers, like when I'm like lost, I don't know what to do or where I'm going. There's a voice inside of me very calm that says, you have to wait for something like something like an answer, or now you go here or do this or do that. Like
nothing that of my mind, no thoughts or dreams are going to make me happy. The only way that I'm going to put an end to suffering and be happy is to be present where I am, present to right now where I am. And I mean, it's you know, it's been said by the masters for thousands of years, in that sense of really stopping my mind and the fantasies and you know, the mind fucks of past and future, and just getting into the moment. And you know, right here, right now, I'm pretty happy.
And there was a 20-metre radius of phosphorus white light start up and just enveloped us. And her eye merged into one in the state that we were in as we were meditating. And through that I saw a tunnel of about 1,000 years timeless to a space where I addressed the being that came through as Mother, and it answered as such, and told me that my love was so great that that was the only reason it could appear through this being. And the love was so great that I started to cry, and I just saw that I could go to heaven if I wanted to, but I had a job to do, which was why I was still here, and we were talking about this, but I could feel the supreme nature of the mother love. Go gently now in these end times, take it easy, watch every step, appreciate every single bit.
And then a lot of presence. When you've got faith, just faith, no fears, only faith, and accept the flow, everything comes back to you very good. Everything conspires to help you.